don't feel pressure to laugh, but don't feel pressure not to laugh. Very different things. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Bobby. It's not my real name. My real name is Robert, but I think by looking at me you can tell I'm not really a Robert. Definitely a Bobby. Not a Rob, not a Bob, not a Bert, and I'm definitely not a Robbie. Robbie has got to be probably the worst guy of all time. Like, Robbie's the type of guy that's really happy when something happens to you that really hurts you. Like, he just, for whatever reason, is like, yeah, and you're like, no. He's like, yeah. But I'm definitely Bobby. Like, Bobby is the type of guy, like, you can go smoke a joint with after the show. Especially if you have weed. Because then Bobby's definitely in for it.
Where were you last night?
Bowling. Tuesday night is league night. Where else would I be?
Mrs. Gilrooney said she saw you coming out of the ballet studio.
What? She's on the sauce again.
I grew up in a really nice house. My parents were very caring and loving, but like lately they've been saying a lot of things to me that, you know, that as a kid kind of weighs down on you, you know, like, well, why can't you be more like your sister, you know? I mean, she's dead, but, and I'm kidding. My parents never said that to me. And that's one of the other good things that's about being a comedian is you can always use just kidding. My girlfriend one time walked in on me with another girl, and right in the middle of it, I was like, I'm just kidding, you know, but she doesn't get physical comedy at all, so it was completely lost on her, you know.
Dinner!
All right!
Joey Jr.! All right!
That's what you're wearing?
What?
Thank you, Jack, for bringing the cheesesteaks.
Well, I just want to know what my favorite Philly cousins think about my new sourdough cheesesteak melt.
Fancy.
Sourdough is my thing.
I'm busting your chops. The cheesesteak's good.
But my parents are still great. My dad's a little bit of an odd bird. He likes to do sayings. He really likes sayings, but he's not very good with them. Like, he kind of gets them wrong a lot. Like, one of his favorite sayings is, you know, my kids, I love my kids. In fact, I think everybody should put their kids on a pedophile. And I'm like, Dad, I don't think that's exactly the right term. And he's like, shut up and sit on your uncle's lap. You know? But good guy. He always says things to me like, you know, I don't care if you're a garbage man, as long as you're the best garbage man you could possibly be. And I was always like, you could have used anything there. You could have been, I don't care if you're a bone marrow surgeon. You just be the best bone marrow surgeon you can be. So I never thought my dad had very high expectations for me. You know, being garbage man. And I always got the sense growing up that my dad wanted to be disappointed in me, even though I've never disappointed him. But what's nice is it's come as a great disappointment to him. So he's happy-ish. He's happy-ish. He's half happy-ish. His mother is, so it makes him full happy-ish. My mom is great. I absolutely adore my mom. My mom is still young and beautiful and vibrant. In fact, like every time we go out, everybody's like, oh my God, are you guys boyfriend, girlfriend? And my mom's like, no. And she's always like, I think it's because people always think I look so young. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's because we're always making out in public. I mean, geez Louise. I'm kidding, just kidding. We don't do it in public. You know, there are just some things people don't need to see.
That old prospector's holed up in the mine.
Careful, Sheriff. You hit that dynamite and we're all corners.
Hey, old timer, throw out your guns and come out peaceful like.
Say something to him.
No, you say something.
You're the man, you say it.
How about I teach your grandma to suck eggs?
I grew up in a Jewish house. It was circumcised. And, yeah, it's a groaner. They're not all belly laughs. You gotta wait it out. But I grew up in a Jewish house. And when you grow up in a Jewish house, the one word you hear all the time is Hitler. Hitler. Oh, that guy is like Hitler. My boss, he's like Hitler. Oh, I hate that Hitler. Oh, he's the worst, what he did. And when you're like 5, you start to get an overall understanding of who Hitler was, but you really don't get you don't have enough experience to really make you understand the atrocities that guy really created. So as a 5-year-old, I couldn't really get to grips that this guy was the most evil guy in the world. All I knew were other 5-year-olds, and I knew a couple bad 5-year-olds, but I just always assumed it was because they didn't have birthday parties. Like, who would be a good person if you didn't have a birthday party growing up? So I always used to wonder, did Hitler have birthday parties growing up? So I would think like he'd be sitting in the back of class in Austria, not Germany, And he'd just be sitting there.
Okay, class. That's it for this. Now we'll go to that. But before we do that, if anybody has any announcements to make, please raise your hand now. Ooh. Yes. Dolphy. Yes, class, I'm going to be turning 5 years old on April the 20th, and it's this Saturday, and my parents are going to be having a birthday party in my honor, and I want everybody to come. And we'll have cake! We'll have white German chocolate cake. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. And we'll play games. We'll play Bombardment, and we'll play Capture the Flag, and we'll play Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Yes, oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun, everybody. Oh yeah. Oh, and you'll bring me gifts. You'll bring me an art set. You'll bring me a football. You'll bring me the hearts and minds of the preschoolers. Yes! Lowenstein, Epstein, you can't come. You're not invited. Okay, see you on the 20th. And remember, if you're not 5 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late.
And nobody came to little Adolf Hitler's birthday party, setting off a chain of events that would eventually lead Steven Spielberg to winning his first Oscar for Schindler's List. Look it up.
Nobody has the last name Hitler anymore. There's still Stalins, there are still Marxes running around. 40 or 50 Bin Laden's still in the world. Nobody's got the last name Hitler anymore. It's not like you're in a restaurant and you hear, Hitler, party of 5, Hitler, party of 5. Because you know that poor guy knows everybody in the restaurant is looking at him right now. And he's just got to walk through like, hi. No, my great-grandmother married his brother, and his brother was a great guy. Great. He didn't even beat my great-grandmother. I mean, he was a really good guy, you know?
Cool funeral, huh?
Cool.
Got candles, flowers and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
Ronnie was a good kid.
Yeah, he was so sweet. Look at that little boy.
A rascal. He always said he had that little devilish look in his eye, and I finally know what he meant.
Oh, no. I think he's just sweet. I think he just got in with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. Oh, man, I used to tell him that all the time. Like, Ronnie, you're hanging with the wrong crowd, man. But he didn't care. Nah, man, could he take a punch? I've seen people get punched before, but he could take a punch. Throw him. He could take him.
Well, I'm glad he had something to
Hey,
leave you
let
with.
me ask you a question. When somebody dies, what happens to all that money they had? It's in a will, right?
I guess. I don't know. You might want to ask the family.
And then, like, if he had, say, stuff in a garage he always used to talk about, who gets that stuff?
It's been weird because I'm not very good with girls, which I know, Bob, you got a cashmere sweater on. You've got to be great with the ladies. But I'm not. I get nervous. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I could be having the best time, and then I'll see that really attractive girl, and I get that sheep voice. You ever get sheep voice? Where, like, I'll see her from across the room, and I'll make my way over, and then the more I make my way over, the more nervous I get, and then my heart is thumping, and then by the time I go to talk to her, I'm like, hi, how you doing? I'm Bobby. Nice to meet you. I'm not a Robert. And one time, I mean, it was the most beautiful girl I ever saw in my life, and she was across the room, we were making eye contact, and I walked up, and I was like, hi, how you doing? I'm Bobby. Nice to meet you. And she was like, approach from across the bar, and I always said to myself, if I met the guy who did that to me, I would take him home and make him the greatest dinner he's ever had in his life. And then I would make love to him like never before. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, that's how I met my boyfriend. Oh my God, you love him. You're just like him. Robbie, come here. You gotta meet this guy. You know, it's just absolutely devastating. And like, I have one friend who's like, you know what you gotta do is you gotta make love like it's the last time you're ever gonna make love. And I was like, well, the last time I made love, it was really bad.
Please, if I wanted to breathe toxic mold and get flea bites, I'd date Zach Galifianakis.
It's gonna happen. One way or the other.
What I think should happen is we should finally just go full board, let all the celebrities do let them become the politicians from here on out. Like, I think the first guy who would be great at it would be Alec Baldwin. You know? Hi, I'm Alec Baldwin. I've played doctors. I've played lawyers. I know a lot of stuff I don't know. Now, I want to fake care. I want to fake care for you. Gun control, fake care. Healthcare, fake healthcare. Abortion, trust me, I care. But what you want is a man who can really fake care for you. And I'm the man. You know, and I think that'd be great. I think we'd all kind of vote for him. But then you need an antithesis of that. You need a guy who wasn't as intense, like a Matthew Broderick. Oh, hi. I'm Matthew Broderick. Maybe you've seen me in movies from the 80s. I was in one called Election. And if you want a guy who can sit down idly by as his wife goes on and has an extremely successful career, then I'm the guy for you, because I'll sit back and wait for everything else to succeed and take some credit for it. And I think we'd vote for that guy. Who doesn't want that guy, right? Yeah. But I think the only guy we'd actually vote for is Charlie Sheen. He doesn't have anything they're going to throw at you, like, what did he accidentally, you know, like the only thing you can get Charlie Sheen on is like, no, he used to go give food to like homeless people. Like that would be the only surprising thing that guy could do. So his commercials would be awesome. It'd be like, hey, vote for me. Well, what am I going to fuck things up worse? And then we'd be like, yeah, finally, honest politics. And I think that's the key to making America a really, really great country. And that's my time. Really appreciate you guys coming out.